Silence your phones. Silence your phones.
Howdy ho! Are we live?
Are we live?
Are we live?
Uh,
Woo! We're live! Poor Dan, he's got a headache and we're all blowing horns. Whoa. Whoa.
She's the one blowing the loudest.
I have something special for you.
Oh.
Because I know how much you like unicorns.
Yes, I love unicorns.
So we're making you an official
I'm a
unicorn.
unicorn. Sweet.
Yeah, you're a unicorn. You're celebrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are we live?
Yeah.
We're live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining us on our shenanigans with Becky and Brent.
You're having a hard time seeing your horn. There. Okay.
Well, if I...
Yeah.
It's gold. Okay. But thanks for joining us.
It's magical.
It's kind of exciting. We hit a milestone this week of 200 subscribers.
201 now.
201.
Ooh, maybe it'll be 202 before the evening's over.
So, what we're going to do... Oh, that is awful.
That's horrible.
It matches your horn.
Sounds like I killed a cat.
Unicorn!
Anyway. So, we had 200 subscribers this week, so I guess that's a milestone, they tell me.
It
Is
is
that-
for
is that good?
us.
Yeah.
It is
cool.
for us.
So what we're doing in celebration between now and the end of the month, and we're also going to call it our moving special as well. If you come in and you spend $200 and say that you heard this on the show, you can save 15% off of your purchase.
You have to ask for the show discount.
The 200 subscriber special, you have to ask for it because not everybody gets it. You have to spend $200 because it's 200 subscribers. If we get to 1,000, what are we going to do for that? Like $1,000?
Well, we'll worry about that next
yes,
week.
machines are excluded from that, though. We're not going to include machines on that.
Oh!
Well, the margins are tight enough on machines as it is.
Okay.
Okay, so also new this week, we haven't had a lot of fabric come in because we've been trying to get our new space ready to go. And if you've been watching us on Facebook, I've been posting updates and whatnot. We've got some paint down, we've got some walls knocked down. It's looking kind of nice over there. So, that being said, I haven't done a whole lot, but we did have some fabric come in, and look at this wonderful fabric.
There's nothing springy about that fabric.
Well, you've got to remember that if you're going to make something for Halloween, you want to get started now.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I really
Look
don't.
at this. It's got an Old Maid on it.
It does.
It's got Old Maid.
Yeah,
it's got little pumpkin head
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So there's this version of it, and then we also have the smaller blocks for it. Again, just Old Maid cards. I just thought they were really cute. I like Wrecker, I don't even know how to say her name. Janet Wrecker, Fresher, I don't know. But
It
I
is
love
good
her art.
artwork.
It's a
It is
lot of fun.
very nice
Her
artwork.
art is lots of fun. So the collection that comes out of was pretty good, but it didn't have a lot of interesting. The coordinates were like, nah. So we just got the panels. So those will be available online. I'm not even sure did we put those online yet, Danny?
I'm sorry.
It is? Okay.
She's fast.
What's that?
$9.95.
That sounds good to me.
She's fast.
It's that $9.95 a yard, I guess, because it's not really a full panel, so we'll cut it by yardage. $9.95 a yard. What's our shipping now? $7.50?
$7.50.
$7.50 flat rate shipping.
36 inches.
Yeah.
Panel.
Yeah, 36-inch panels. So those are available online if you're interested. They're lots of fun. So yeah, that's all I really have for shop news. That, and we're working on getting moved next door. Hopefully, probably not next week, and maybe the week after. We might have the studio ready.
I have something to add to shop news.
Oh, we do?
Regarding, well, I do. You don't know about this either.
Oh, cool! It's
No.
news for me too. Yay! Yay! It's a surprise.
The Garden
Guild.
Guild class on Sunday. Coming up
yes.
this Sunday. Full house.
Yes.
Nice. I need you to bring, this is going to sound a little odd, but trust me, it's funner if you bring them, some dollar bills. Dollar bills. Like $5 to $10 bills.
Singles?
Singles.
I'm getting worried.
I know.
I
know.
Good thing the shop's closed.
Yeah. And then yes, the shop is closed.
Oh,
so
is the liquor store open on Sunday?
And
yes.
we're going to have a good class.
Okay, but that class is full at this point.
It is full.
So
It is full, but it ought to be a lot of fun, and we can just sprawl.
apparently
and
we got some dollar bills
some
going
dollar
around.
bills.
Oh,
So the more
yeah.
you bring, the more fun we're going to have. So $5 to $10.
Now I'm really worried.
Yeah. The more you bring, the more fun. Woo! Kick on the
Okay.
cable. Okay, so that one. And then also, the new Kimberbell blank is in and done.
Yes.
And it is this little pouch, and it is a limited edition color. This little, I don't know what they call it. It looks like plum to me. I'm going to call it plum.
Yeah, we'll call it plum.
Plum.
Velveteen.
And then it's got this cute little cactus terrarium thing in it here. That's the free patent that you get if you come in.
It's
No.
kind of cool. Look at that.
It looks,
Oh, the magic behind the.
oh, okay. Well, the green screen is really weird to me still.
Yeah,
But
I think
anyway,
it's fun.
this I know you love your green screen.
Yeah,
You
'cause I
get
can use
this-
my cloak of
This
invisibility.
patent for free if you come in and buy this limited edition plum pouch. Ooh, that's a lot of P's again. Plum pouch.
Plum pouch.
Really cute. Little zipper purse.
You can get
I don't know what I'm going to put in it. But
Oh,
that's
and we also
Okay.
today, I'm just a shout out to Carrie. We have a new member in our studio audience who is joining us for the first time tonight. It's Carrie. Yay!
and Maria's
La-
And Marie's here
Anne
too.
Marie! Woo, welcome. It'll probably be
And-
the last
and-
time they ever come.
And to get y'all excited, the new studio has lots of space for the
It
studio
does,
audience. It's
it
going to be
does.
really fun. So
It is
in
fun
a
to
couple
have
in a
people.
couple weeks, if you're interested, we're going to have.
Yeah, it's fun to have people. It makes it more
Yes,
enjoyable.
they're
Really
looking
does.
at us like we're crazy right now,
Well,
but
that's okay. We can be crazy.
it's
All
all
right. Now I'm going to go
I
off.
have I have a unicorn, so
You do. You are.
I get a
you're
pass
an
for
official
everything.
unicorn tonight. Yes. I'm going to close this temporarily because it's looking in my way, and I want to show you guys something. We'll open it later.
if I have a unicorn
Okay.
horn.
Oh, there.
Look.
Okay. Now you're out of control again.
Well, yeah, because I can use the magic of the horn to
Okay. So last week I showed Brent how to do paperless paper piecing. This is a quilt by, bless her heart, Sue Garman, who is no longer with us. But this really is an award-winning quilt. I can officially say that this quilt has won.
Did she really die?
Yes.
It's just the way you said that. It was just very kind of dramatic.
It is dramatic.
Like,
We didn't
bless her
expect
heart.
her to. This is
Oh.
her last one she designed.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
Um,
this is like special.
She does some beautiful work. This is called the Halo Medallion. I have a soft spot for medallion quilts because I find them very rewarding. Because I'm not one of those cut the whole thing up and then start to make it. I like to cut and make, cut and make, cut and make. And medallion quilts lend themselves very nicely to that because guess what? It's a circle, and then you go outside it, and outside it, and outside it, and it grows as you go. And if you get sick of it and you go, oh, I'm big enough, you just stop. And then it is what it is. It's a wall hanging or a lap quilt or not.
So when I'm big enough, you just stop.
You just can
Why
stop.
can't you do that when you're like a kid? Okay, I'm big enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to be an
Because
adult
I
now.
never got big enough, Brent.
Oh,
Never. Never. But anyway.
That's a problem that all of us had.
I have already made more than
But-
one of these, unfortunately.
But you get to
'cause I
ride all
love
the
them so
rides when
much.
you go to the amusement park, don't you? Or are you so short that you
I
like?
don't ride rides.
Yeah, but see, like I can't because I'm too big.
Oh my God.
But are you tall enough to pass like the?
I am tall
Okay.
enough. Kick one. Kick one. Anyway, this quilt was once upon a time it was a block of the month for the quilt show. And I don't know how many people watch the quilt show or listen to it because it's on the internet. I'm one of
the
them.
quilt show?
Yeah. And as a member,
like a-
every year,
I've never heard
oh
of it.
gosh, I love it. Ricky Timms and what's her name? All the stuff I like.
I don't know. It just seems like a weird name for a show. The quilt show.
No, the Quilter Select stuff. That's
Yeah.
all their
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all their stuff.
I wish we would have thought of the quilt show. That's a good name for a show.
Yeah, well, it's taken.
Okay.
But anyway, just being a member, every year you get access to a free block of the month. And they're not just your ordinary block of the months. They're ones that have never been released before. They get released first on the quilt show, and then they get marketed after that. And you get a year to download your patent for free. After that, you got to pay for it. That's how it works. Anyway, I wanted to show this quilt off because somebody mentioned, hey, maybe we should do a class. And I thought this might make a good class because you don't have to do all the months if you don't want to. And you don't have to buy all the fabric if you don't want to. And I have discovered that you can buy the patterns all together or month by month. So you don't have to sink big dollars into getting started. For example, month 1, which is the medallion itself on here, the pattern is $7. It's about $7 a month as you go out for the pattern. This is what the center part looks like. This is all paper pieced.
Wow.
But this was paper pieced the old-fashioned way. I am now doing my
Not
new
like the
way.
cool way that you showed me last week.
No, I now do it the cool way. And if we'll turn it around, you'll see why, Brent. Actually, this is an in-between way. See the paper that's still in it? Now, this is fibrous paper that you're supposed to be able to leave in, and it washes and turns into little fibers and mixes in with the batting. But do you think Becky can handle that?
It's probably driving you nuts. To know
It's driving me nuts.
To know that it's in there right now.
And that's a lot of teeny tiny little pieces to get rid of. And what I found is you can't leave it in when you're sewing the seams together. It just creates too much thickness. So bare minimum, you have to rip it out wherever you're going to sew or join 2 pieces together. And that's why I went looking for a different method. Now, where does this start? Where does this come in tonight? I said, oh my gosh, I want to show them how to cut out a zillion pieces. Because I'll tell you what, I showed you how to do it last week, not using the Cricut.
Yes.
This is all done on the Cricut. There's no way, even paper piecing, I'm cutting these things out without my Cricut.
Where would you have been if you're like born 100 years ago and you're like starting to like sew?
I did start without my Cricut.
I'm just thinking.
I've been sewing since I was 7 years old.
I'm
So
just-
now I'm like, why am I doing it that way? This is stupid. So anyway, this is a thought.
Or if you're like
anybody's-
Amish, I can just see you like, I'm not cutting all that out.
If anybody's interested in doing this can get as scrappy as you want to. It doesn't have to be any particular theme. That's the other neat thing about it. But there are 1,000 pictures on the internet of people. No, I bet there are 1,000 of different colorways that this quilt has been done in and how it's been quilted up. It's really a one of those showstopper quilts. So you can use. There's some people have done just 2 colors. Some people go crazy and do lots of colors.
Paper pieced, I bet it doesn't get all wonky and wavy.
Well, look at how nice that is.
I know. I'm just.
And my sister and I did one for my aunt, and we did all blues and yellows. And I kind of liked hers better than mine. But I try to go outside my box.
You liked your sister's better?
I did. We made it together. We split everything 50-50 because it was a gift from my aunt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like my workmanship better.
It's because of your. It's
Tina, I love you.
It's because of your. It's because of your magical kitten wrist that you have.
This is no lie. This has curved flying geese in it. I don't know if you can see on the camera.
Eddie will make it happen.
It has curved flying geese. Do you see that, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, when Tina did hers, she gave it to me to put the final flying geese together, and I was fixing, and she said, so how's it going? And I said, well, it's going. And she said, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. And I said, the truth is your flying geese aren't very good. So she came up and she took it back to fix her flying geese. So there's a lot of good memories in making this quilt. A lot of good memories.
Does she still talk to you after you guys made it?
Oh yeah, we love
okay, then
each other.
you're doing fine.
But this is just a stunning way, and like I said, you don't have to do. I of course keep going and going, but you don't have to. You can learn a technique and have something to show for it without spending a whole lot of money.
Did that sample you just hold up? We hadn't made it to the flying geese, the curved flying geese.
They're
yet,
not
have you?
on my sampler,
Okay.
but on the other quilt we finished,
Yeah,
they were definitely.
okay.
I've made the flying geese; they're just not on that
Okay.
yet. Yeah, they are very time intensive. Yeah, they are. Because not only are they flying geese, but they're curved. But then I started looking at my tiara quilt again. Oh, we're going to stop and do the quiz.
Oh, the quiz, yeah.
And I said,
Did you make an awesome graphic, Eddie, for our celebration? Did you make a graphic for the celebration?
Well, hold on. We'll talk about this after
Well, I
our
wanted
quiz.
to see if you, because I like it when he does his graphics. They're kind of fun.
Okay.
Did you make one?
the 200 subscribers.
I mean, oh.
All right.
What's that?
And no, that's what you mean.
Oh. That's all right.
And let's do the quiz, and then I got an awesome turbo tip.
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll go back to
Quiz time.
business stuff,
Yes.
all right?
Yes.
Because I was going off on La La Land again.
Oh yeah, we were just.
Oh,
you know.
my apron again. Jeez,
Lisa
girls.
wants to know.
Nobody's reminding me about my apron.
Lisa wants to know what is the quilt.
Halo Medallion Quilt by Sue Garman.
Somebody wrote Alex Anderson.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Alex Anderson and Ricky Timms are the Quilt Show. I love them. The subscription is only like $99 a year. This year's block of the
So-
month I did not do, but I've done almost
So
every
this was
one.
on
They
Alex
are
Anderson's-
unbelievable.
So this is on Alex Anderson's show, but it's
No, it's
but it's been
Ricky-
designed by,
Ricky Timms and Alex Anderson
Yes.
host a show called The Quilt Show.
and that's where this showed up.
That's where I first got introduced.
But it's
to the
actually
quilt.
designed by Sue Garman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They do the quilt of the month is always designed by some really wonderful, like that's how I met Sarah Velva. She did 2 quilts for this show. Oh my word. Over the top gorgeous. Over the top. So they pick really good designers. But anyway, that's that. So that's it. Good
So
question.
when we're famous someday, we can pick designers.
I'm not a quilt designer.
What is this?
You just stay out of things. Your time will come. He's looking at stuff
I'm
under
just
the counter.
thinking. I'm just
Turn
thinking.
quiz time,
I'm just thinking
Eddie.
if-
Give me
if-
the quiz time
If
before
Sarah
I do-
knew that was under there, she would have been.
Quiz time! Woo! Okay. Okay, gang. 3 questions, 1 answer. I did it right today.
3 questions.
3 questions, 1 answer. The 1 answer contains 3 different answers, all in one row.
And you get
Got
to
it?
win $10.
A $10 GC. Ready? This is a good one. Question number 1. How many GCs did we give away last week? Question number 1. Do 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 do. Hey, mommy. Harmonica.
Five people. No, I'm just kidding.
Number 2. What was the name of the fancy ruler that I used last week?
The name of the.
I took out
Fancy
one
ruler?
fancy little ruler.
I don't even know the answer to this.
Oh my gosh.
We're out of them.
Hit number 2. Keeping track this time.
Oh, I remember now.
Number 2.
We're out of them?
Yes.
I usually have like a half a dozen of them over there.
You terrible man. Number 3. When cutting around the paper template, I used what to measure the cutting allowance?
Not glue.
No, it was not glue. Not glue. Question number 3. When cutting out the paper template from the fabric, I used what to guesstimate my cutting allowance?
Not glue.
Give you a hint. It also went through something.
That's what I think
I
it is.
stuck it in a hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the
Who's watching the answers? 'Cause
Where? She just said she stuck it in a hole, and I was expecting Danny to come back
Question
with.
That's what
1.
she said.
Okay, there we go.
Question 1. How many GCs did we give away last week? No.
Yeah, she's close.
Close, Lisa. Close. 3 quarter-inch ruler. Good enough. What did I use to roundabout?
What's the roundabout? Is that the skinny thing?
No. Oh, no. Come on. I used something. To measure. And Brent said, "Can I use my thumb?" And I said, "You should use your."
Oh my God, this. If there was no volume right now, this looks.
Come on. I get roundabout, but I had a scale. Round.
Yes.
wrong. 3.
Finger.
What? Fat finger? A fat finger, Helen. A fat finger.
I'm gonna say
Thumb
Carolyn.
drive.
3 thumb drive.
I think we should stop doing quizzes.
No, I
these are
like the quizzes.
fantastic.
Okay, Lisa's definitely wrong. Kate,
Deb, what's
no.
the third
3
one?
add a quarter.
Someone put them all together really fast. Nobody's done them all 3 together. Come on.
1, 2, 3, go.
Go. Come on, all 3. Come on.
3 add a quarter and.
Come on, one more, people.
Come on, just put them together.
Answer.
You got them all. You just got to put them together. These guys would never do on Jeopardy.
I know.
No, not
No.
our gang.
I mean, now that yeah, I know.
They gave
No.
away 3 gifts.
No.
But
No,
you,
that devil one. No whammies, no whammies, no.
yeah, but the problem is I think
I
having,
gave you every answer. All you got to do is type them. People.
Add a quarter. Come on, Deb.
We
Is it
gave
3?
3 GCs away.
3
you're
The
giving
ruler
all the answers.
was an add a quarter ruler.
I think Lisa's got it. I'll
She
give
did
it
it
to
on
her.
one line. It's gonna be on one line.
I might say give it to her though, because nobody interrupted the 2.
Okay.
No. It hasn't even add a one. Carolyn's got them in the wrong order, but they're all in the right line.
Okay.
Carolyn! Kate,
I think we should give away 2 this week though.
Okay.
We'll give one to Lisa and we'll give one to Carolyn.
Well, Kate's got a
And
water quarter.
Well, we'll give
a
her
water
one too.
quarter.
Why don't we keep? We have a precedent. We gave 3 out last
See,
week. Let's give 3 out this week. I think we
Okay,
should 3.
what are you doing though?
Got it.
I think Lisa.
Lisa says yeah, she's taking it.
Yeah, Lisa. We got Lisa
Okay,
and Kate and Carolyn.
Carolyn.
Yes.
What about Deb? Deb got it
Fine. We'll give it to Deb.
perfectly
We'll
right.
give it to
Deb
Deb
had
too.
it perfectly right.
Okay, we'll give it to Deb too then.
Now, if you think this game is fun, where do you see Garden Guild's game? Woohoo!
I don't know. I'm worried about like.
You're not going to be around, so what do you care?
I don't want to be
You're
around.
not going to be here? We can do what we want. Yeah, baby. Okay.
But if a
Speaking of
if
fun.
a charge for a stripper shows up on my card.
Speaking of fun, you're welcome, Kate. We've missed ya. Here's fun. I got a tip. Eddie?
Turbo tip.
Turbo tip. Turbo tip.
I love how.
Okay.
Best friends activate.
This is a heck of a tip right there.
It is.
Granite State
Yeah.
vodka.
Vodka. Now, let me tell you, I was in the liquor store and I had a mission to get cheap vodka because I wanted to prove that this wasn't expensive to make. Okay? And this is really cheap vodka.
Like,
This is $6.99, not on sale for this whole bottle of vodka. So I'm watching people taking it off the shelf. And you know me. I mean, they're taking it by 2 and 3 bottles. And I'm like, is that stuff drinkable?
Hey, I would drink it.
Well, you're going to get to tonight.
because you can find it at the dollar store.
They said yes.
Dollar store vodka.
They said as long as you mix it with something. What? I don't know, but no kidding. There was like 4 people in line buying this stuff, and it's not on sale. It's $6.99. But what are we going to do with it, Brent?
I have no
You
idea.
do.
I'm probably gonna put glue in it because you like glue.
We're going to make glue out of it.
We're gonna make.
We're
glue.
going to make our own starch.
Hand sanitizer.
Well, you can actually. You can clean your floors with vodka, and that way, when you're really
That's-
drunk and you're on the floor and lick the floor,
I'm so taking
It-
pictures of you for
it-
blackmail.
it's clean and it's sanitized. Did you know you could clean with vodka?
No.
You surely can. You surely can.
You know there's gonna be Becky said we could.
I'm gonna have to open it because my kitten wrist is a little sore.
Becky said we could.
Yeah.
I got a little too much action on my
And
kitten
then you're
wrist.
gonna be like, why is my seam allowance all gone? So you're not supposed to drink the vodka.
Okay, so here's the big recipe.
Smell like gasoline.
I'm not a vodka
Does it smell
girl.
like paint thinner?
I might be after tonight, but okay. The
How would you?
recipe is 2 to 1. Actually, could I get one of my audience members to get me one more cup of water filled to this amount? We're making starch.
Ooh, is it gonna smell like gasoline though?
How much do we want?
I just want this much.
Is it gonna fit all in that
Okay.
bottle?
Yeah. If it doesn't, I'll drink it down.
Okay, I got ready.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna add
Ready, set, go.
1 part water.
Okay. Did you want like a funnel?
No, I'm gonna make you add it. That way, if it spills,
Oh,
it's
so-
on you. You know, make a beaker out of it. No, you can't use that.
Okay, fine, I won't.
Add your water. Now, Brent, you're the math guy here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna tell me $6.99.
Yeah.
How big is this bottle? I need my glasses.
I don't know. That looks to be like a liter.
And all I need is 2 parts water. Excuse me, I haven't even had it yet. 2 parts water, 1 part vodka. Now, imagine this, ladies. Imagine this. We're at a quilt retreat. And we knock it up a notch and we get some of that blueberry lemonade vodka. You know, we get some of the good stuff.
Oh, so it'll smell good starch.
So that when we're thirsty, it at least tastes halfway decent. I wonder if I put seltzer water in there, how long it'll stay bubbly. So yeah, so this is really, you don't, the reason I bought the cheap vodka is to show you, you don't need to buy expensive vodka. But if you're at home and you run out of starch and that's all you got, I mean, at least you got it. But
I mean, that's priorities right there. Run out of starch, but you got vodka.
plus this is,
Priorities.
plus this is a disinfectant. Now, we have to lock it on and shake it up, Brent.
Shake it up.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Taylor Swift song? Shake it up.
Yeah.
Shake it up.
Shake it up.
I think it's just water.
It,
Water and vodka.
water and vodka.
2 parts water.
And you
1
know
part
what
vodka.
else
I
this
just put it
won't
in
do?
there.
It won't discolor dark fabrics.
Oh, that's nice.
It won't discolor dark fabrics.
Oh, shake weight.
And if you get thirsty, you
Shake
got
weight.
yourself something to drink on the go.
I used to love those infomercials, the shake weight. I just couldn't. It's like,
You and that shake weight. I
Have
bet
you
you,
seen
I
the
bet
commer-
you own one.
have you seen the commercials?
Oh, yes.
I'm like, what am I watching?
You own one, don't you? Okay, this is it. I
The
have
only
now,
thing that would have
now
made
let's
shake
smell
weight
it.
better is if you had the ShamWow guy doing it.
No, it doesn't smell. Want to lick it? Oh. You could really have it just tastes like water. But anyway, guess what I got?
Now, will you use as much as you would regular
Yeah,
starch?
yeah.
Yeah, but think about
And
that
the
though.
stiffer you want it, the more vodka you add.
Okay.
And that is what she said.
And that is definitely what she said. But that's usually the opposite, isn't it?
But Brent, you calculate. This is like,
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's
'cause
pennies.
If it's $6.99 for the thing of
and look how
vodka,
much I got.
I know, and you can like do, yeah.
I'm gonna put you out of business. People are gonna be coming in. Do you have some of that Becky starch?
And I'll sell it to him in a little bag.
Oh, I got one that time.
A bag.
But
40
see, it's the
40
same
ounces
thing.
at a
We're gonna
time.
let this dry while we're gabba blabbing.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it over here.
Here, I have a chair we can put it on over here.
Okay. All right. Good.
I
All
don't-
right.
I don't think we're gonna get
It's
to the cricket
alcohol.
today.
All you should do is shake it.
Well, it's alcohol and water,
Oh,
right? 2 to 1. 2 to 1 is the secret recipe.
which is 2.
Brenda, in your case.
Is it where you want to? Two waters or 2
It's
vodka?
2 waters, 1 vodka. But I was being funny, but it is weak, which is why it's funny. But it's also effective. But if you wanted to increase the stiffness, this is no lie. This is a well-loved. Hey, I'm going to go off topic again.
Okay, that's fine.
My husband and I were having a discussion as he looked around my craft room today, and he said,
Was there some vodka involved in this discussion?
No,
Okay,
no,
so I don't
no.
need to cover my ears.
he said, wow, you got a lot of stuff in here. And I'm thinking, who said you could come in here? It's like, you know, like, this is, he doesn't go in there. But he went in there today. And I go, yeah, and it was all over the floor. It was just one of those days where I couldn't get my brain controlled. So I said, yes, I do. But I said, I'll tell you. And I was working on my Cricut. I said, I can tell you in one hand the things that I would not live without. Now, this doesn't include my brother's sewing machines, okay? But pennies on the dollar, my Cricut is the best value I have in my entire craft room. You're going to see why again tonight. I just love him for the amount of money he is. Oh, my gosh, he's so brilliant. The next thing is the wool mats. I cannot live without these wool mats. There's a significant, which is why I brought mine tonight. There's a significant difference to your pressing without your wool mat. I'm
So
sorry.
is this like one of those Chinese woks? The more you use it, the better it gets?
Well, in my case, it's very well loved. I do all my starching and ironing on this. Look, I just starched on it. I vodka'd on it. And I do this over and over again. This is my starcher, my ironer, my everything. It takes a beating and it keeps on kicking. So that was my number 2 when we were looking around the room. I don't have a number 3. I don't know why I said 3.
That's all right. 2's good enough.
2's good enough. Let's go tonight's show. Ready to learn something new?
Sure.
Brent,
I really want to learn this Cricut thing because I
have
have
you
these
ever
dreams.
designed in Design Space?
I have not.
Well, you were about
I
to.
want to learn because
You
I
were
have-
about to.
I got
Puppy.
this sweet new scooter that I got to
Well, we're not
vinyl
going
up.
to do. We're not going to do vinyl cutouts tonight. We're going to do pieces. As I was progressing through my paper piecing dramas, I got to month 9 Tara, and I go, oh, what a great example. Month 9, and I know Brenda did a class on shortcuts. This is not the shortcuts method. This is paperless paper piecing with the Cricut.
Paperless paper piece
My
with the
2
Cricut.
favorite things brought together. Well, no, applique is one of my favorites too. But anyway, month 9 looks like this. It's a zillion and one flying geese. A zillion and one flying geese. Thank you, Eddie. And there are lots and lots.
And if you look at the pattern, you're going to make that 4 times.
Yes. Yes.
So that's a lot of flying geese
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
multiplied
And you
by
see them
4.
again in a future month as well. And there are lots of ways to make flying geese. And I'm not going to cover the 9 million different ways to make flying geese. I'm going to cover my favorite way to make these strips of flying geese. All right, Brent?
Works for me.
You ready?
Sure.
All right.
Let's do
By
this.
the way, here's how beautiful they come out. And I didn't peel the paper off yet. Brent, why don't you peel the paper off?
Oh, you
Sing.
didn't sew
You
it.
have to sing when you do it.
La, 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 la,
Hold it up. The camera has to see this magnificent paper removal. Pull, baby, pull. Come on. Harder. Faster. It's not that hard, you know. See that? Where we're going to go again, right?
Yep.
See that? Clean as a whistle, right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
It is. Look at that.
I know. Gorgeous. Okay, so how did we do this?
If we do like we did last week, we're going to cut it and away we go.
No, we're not going to cut it like last week because I got a
was
lot
gonna
of
say,
triangles to cut.
we're gonna
Do
cut
you
on the
want to
Cricut.
sit here with your fat finger and make this many triangles?
No.
No.
It's starting to sound like work.
Exactly. So we're going to use our Cricut to make the shapes and cut it out. All right?
Sounds good.
I'm going to borrow this for just a minute. We're going into Design Center. Can I have my computer on the screen, Eddie?
Pooters.
I'm going to show you what it looks like before Brent starts going, and I'm going to tie it back to the pattern. Notice I call this Tierra Month 9 Toast. There are so many pieces in Month 9 that I don't recommend you put all the pieces in one file. I have done that until Month 9, where I've just color-coded them. But on Month 9, oh my gosh, there's so many pieces, it starts to bog the system down. So I recommend you break Month 9 up. So, what was toast? Where's my cutting sheet? Here we go. See, Brent, toast is right here. Here's the colors we use. Teal, blue, toast, and coral. Sorry, Eddie, I didn't give you teal, blue, toast, and coral. So this is toast.
So
It
this
says,
corresponds with toast. Okay.
it says, see, I even colored it like toast in my idea.
But you didn't put any print on it. It's just a toast color. It's very,
Right,
very, very
and
plain.
that's an advanced class. I can show you how to put the fabric on it.
Yeah, it's all kind of overkill though, isn't
That
it?
it is for me, but it
Okay.
is. It can happen.
It can be done.
It can be done.
Can you import actual fabric patterns?
Yes, you can. No, actual fabric patterns. You mean like
Yep.
the image? Yes,
That's just too
yes.
much.
And I could have put it on.
You could have.
I could have, but I didn't. I did it for Brenda when she was doing that Sarah quilt. Remember, I put all the stickers out for you.
Yes.
That was done through here.
Stickers.
Very
Okay,
nice.
stop it. So it says if for paper piecing, cut 8 6¼ inch squares
And-
and cut them diagonally twice.
Yes. So that looks like what you have there.
Yes, it is. And back to the screen,
Back to
please.
there
Ed.
you go.
Yeah, there are 8.
So there's a square
Yeah.
cut in diagonal twice.
Yes, there is. And then I just multiplied it and got 8 of them. All right. Now, I want you to make that. Can
Yep.
you make that?
I have no idea. I've never played in this.
Well, are we ready for this, gang?
Yes.
All right. I would say new. I'm going to do it, and then you're going to do it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say new because I want to start a new project. I want a nice, clean screen. The first thing I'm going to do is come down here to get shapes. The first shape I need is a square because my directions told me that. I hate the color black, so I go up here and not only on the screen.
We're not a political show, so I can't.
I'm making it a.
There's so many bad jokes I wanted to make
No,
right there.
that would not be good.
I know.
I don't know why they bring it in black all the time. The first thing I do is change it. My eyes just don't. I don't know. Anyway, there's my square, right, guys? Now I told you he needs to be 6¼ inches square, right?
Yeah.
So my padlock is on. So all I need to do, which means if I change the width, the height's going to change automatically.
So the padlock is your aspect ratio lock?
Yes, and it is locked. If I wanted to make a rectangle,
You would turn that off.
I would turn it off.
Which is why there's no rectangle in the shapes option.
Well, yeah.
Well, there
Someday
isn't.
there will be. There are a lot of some days I'd like on this software, but they're
Well,
getting
why would you
there.
want to put a rectangle if you have a square?
I don't know. Save me a step. Automatically turn my lock off.
Okay.
I know. All right. So now we get a square.
But
that's 6¼
what's interesting
inches.
is why don't they make it a rectangle instead of a square? Because all squares are rectangles and
I
all
don't know,
rectangles are
right-
squares,
right
so it
to
would make more
cricket.
sense to be
Right to cricket.
rectangles.
Now I need to cut it, right? I need to
Yes.
cut it, and it tells me I have to cut it twice.
Diagonally.
So that is like a.
A triangle?
It's not a half square triangle. It's a quarter,
quarter square.
square triangle. We are about to make quarter square triangles using Cricut.
Yay!
Here's what we're gonna
Why
do.
not just make an isosceles triangle with a
We're
base
gonna-
that's 6¼ long?
We're gonna go get a shape. Don't be a smarty pants.
I'm just
We're going to
saying.
shape. Now I'm bringing up this score line. A score line means line. Again, I wish they wouldn't bring it in as a score line, but they do. The first thing I'm going to do is say it's not a score line. It is a cut line because I'm going to cut with it. The next thing I want to do is rotate it 45 degrees. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I want to make him the same size as my square, which is 6¼ inches.
So
Then I want to take my square and my line, and I want to align them center.
wow.
Well, we have half squares now. Now, let's go. Another thing I like to do sometimes, because it's hard to get this line now, if I come over here in my what's called the layers panel, I can click just on that line, because I need to duplicate him.
Yep.
And after I duplicate him, I need to flip him vertically.
And then you're just gonna
And
align.
then
to
I'm getting them all.
cen-
And I'm going to align, whoops, center.
Whoa.
Now-
That was almost too easy.
I know. The last thing I need to do is attach it. Okay, if I don't attach it, I'll show you what's going to happen. It doesn't know that my lines are supposed to be on my box. So it's going to try and cut all these lines and then make a box. And you're going to be like, well, that does me what? Nothing.
So
So
it would
we
cut-
want
it's
to
gonna-
make sure it cuts those lines right where I told it to cut them.
So when you didn't attach it, then what was
That-
happening? It was just gonna cut random lines.
Yeah, it doesn't, the lines are black.
Yeah.
and the square is not.
Yeah.
And Cricut automatically sorts by color.
Oh.
So it's going to sort all the black up here and all the brown down here.
Okay.
That's why it does that.
I got
Unless we say attach those because we want to keep them together.
I see. And then does it cut them in the order that you attach them?
Watch what happens. Now I have one, right?
Yeah.
How many do I need?
It said you need 4.
No, Brent, this is why you don't do this.
Oh. 8. Why didn't you have the pattern? I didn't see the
I know.
pattern.
Well, you see it?
I see it now. Oh, so if you duplicate after the attach?
Watch this. Yeah, after the attach.
Because if you do it before, you're going to do the individual components.
Correct.
Okay.
You with me?
I'm with you.
I'm attached.
Now, a question for you.
Yep.
As I'm looking over here,
Mm-hmm.
is this the order of operation? So if I was to move these lines further down the stack, would
No.
that change the cut?
No.
Okay.
Here's what's going to happen. Like right now, if I wanted to add text to this, say I
Yeah.
was cutting this upside down and I wanted to label my pieces. Because in this one I don't have to because there's 4 distinct colors. But what if you had one color that was 2 different shapes? And one was going to be A and one was going to be B. And you
Okay.
didn't want to get your color, you didn't want to get your pieces mixed up. I could actually go to my text as well, and I could type in, let's say, I'm just going to call it part A. And then I can take that A and I can move it to whatever piece I want to call part A, and I can attach that as well. See how I have an A?
Yes.
This is the operation I created them in,
Mm-hmm.
but what Cricut's going to do is say, hey, writing always comes first. Oops, I'm sorry, you want to change that to right in our example. You want to come over here and change that line type to right.
Oh, because it would try.
Or draw.
It would try and cut out an A.
It would cut it out an A. It absolutely would.
So that would kind of suck when you try and
It
sew
would
it
very,
together.
very
It's got a
not
big
be
old
cool.
A in the middle of things.
Well, I would know I had it wrong when it sent it to the machine because it wouldn't ask me for a pen. So anyway, now if I attach this, Cricut, first thing Cricut says is anything that's going to be drawn is going to go first. So it's always going to write on your fabric first. And you say, so what? Well, what if you're making all those tick marks on a purse pattern or something?
Mm-hmm.
It will make all those tick marks first before it cuts out the piece. So that they stay where they're supposed to stay. Then it's going to do the in-between cuts. That's the logic it uses. So it's
Okay.
always going to want to cut those inside cuts first. It's always going to do the outside cut last.
Okay.
Less movement of fabric.
I gotcha.
Is the theory. All right? Now we're not going to label ours today, but you can. And by the way, they're it's not called a water pen. Water erasable pen, water soluble pen is awesome. Again,
Now-
I shouldn't tell you this, but
No,
if they're on sale, they're a lot cheaper and they don't dry out nearly as fast.
now my
Oh, I
question
said
on
it! They last a lot longer.
Yeah, but can you have your cutter in there and your pen in at the same time?
You can.
So it'll cut and label as it's cutting?
Yeah, there's actually, and when we open the machine, I'll show you, there's actually 2 spots.
Okay.
You label, you put the pen in one, and then you put, if you're using the pen to label, they'll put your fabric upside down when you
Yeah.
cut it, just so the labeling is
Yeah, it's on the wrong-
on the back.
Well, if it's water solid, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, but I
I know.
don't know,
I'm just,
it's me.
I got you.
Ah, it's me. All
But
right.
anyway, we want to make 8 of those?
Right.
So we just
And it is attached. We know it's attached. So it's highlighted. So if you hit duplicate,
we're going to click duplicate.
that's 2,
Is that French for copy?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you could have done 2, gathered 2 and
Two.
duplicated and had
Yeah.
4. Then you could have gathered 4, duplicated, and got 8.
And then that would have been very interesting, but we didn't. We just
You
clicked
will when there's 100 to cut.
Yes.
Because on these, there's 100.
100 to
There's
cut.
100 triangles to cut out.
So now, does this lay it out automatically now that we
Well,
have it?
let's make it.
Oh, over here?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to like spread it out on the sheet. It does it
No,
automatically?
we don't spread it out. You can move it afterwards, but we don't need to. We're not going to. What I do want you to notice, though, is it says that you only have a 12 by 12 sheet,
Yeah.
and we don't. We have the big mats. We have 12 by 24.
So if we go down to 12 by 24 here.
Yep. Oh, look at you. You're
It will-
catching on.
it will
See
then-
that? Uh-huh, uh-huh.
But you're only getting 3 per sheet?
That's all it will fit.
Okay. Oh, that's but you don't have to put fabric on the whole sheet. You just have to put it, match it up with your marks here.
What I did is I laid it all out,
Yeah.
did the math on what you guys gave me, It was basically twice the width of what we needed. So I cut them in half,
And then you're just gonna throw them on the sheet and feed them through.
which you're going to do.
Oh, I'm gonna do
You're
it.
going to do.
Oh.
I prepped the fabric first,
this is
but
gonna-
basically they're cut in half this way.
Okay.
Because that was what you gave me, and that's all I need. And if you look at that, if you look at this, see how it says it's going to come
Yes.
just short of 6.5 inches?
So that when I lay it on the mat,
Yeah.
we just use that as our reference point.
Well, you're going to, whenever you cut on the Cricut, Brent,
Yes.
you can slide that over a little bit now.
Okay.
We're going to cut your version. I hope you got it right. It's my real fabric.
Well, you're the one that pushed all the buttons.
I
just clicked a
really
couple
need
of
these
things.
pieces, you know.
Yeah, because we're out of that fabric.
Oh, God.
I don't know. We could probably.
Notice what else I'm cutting with. Oops, no green screen for a minute. Yeah, sorry, Ed. These are green too. I have been using these, what guys? How many weeks now?
Close to a month.
Yeah, not fabric mats. They're a lot less expensive than the fabric mat.
No, what's
The
it?
reason is they're not as high stickiness as the fabric mat. Marie, have you been using yours?
The green.
Aren't they unbelievable?
That works.
And they clean easier.
Right.
If, I'm going to tell you, if you are prepping your fabric the way I tell you to prep fabric, these work. If you do not prep your fabric, you want to stay with the fabric mats because they're stronger. But if you're prepping fabric like we do, these are a lot cheaper, and I'm still using them. A lot easier to clean. My theory on why I can get away with it is because I do prep my fabric. The reason they're easier to clean is the threads don't stick as hard to the fabric.
Yes.
But they don't have to because we've prepped our fabric.
Let's hear it for prep. Woo, woo.
I prep everything. So what I'm doing, I know I'm going to lose a 1/4 inch here, Brent.
Yeah.
You never want to put your fabric over that line like this. Oh, thank you. See, I said we wouldn't have to do this. You never want to put your fabric over this line or this line because you have rollers on the machine. And if the fabric catches the roller, bad things can happen. So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want to come inside of that
So.
less than a 1/4 of an inch. You could go right up to it, but I happen to know that this piece is a little skinny. In fact, I'm going to cheat it the other way.
Okay.
It's a little skinny. I don't care in this case because these are paper pieces, so they're oversized anyway.
Okay, so then
You know,
we
if
got a
they-
little bit of room for error then.
we do. If I needed the exact measurement, I would never ever just guesstimate like that. Normally I use a brayer, and I forgot it, so you see me using my
So we're just gonna
fist.
push it down.
Yeah. What you don't want to do is put your fingers on the green mat if you can help it, because the grease in your fingers
We'll make
or
it
whatever
unsticky.
you have in your fingers.
Are you implying that I'm greasy?
There. Now we're going to go around and put this in the machine.
Okay.
Are you
That's
ready?
the
Brent,
time.
is this your virgin cut?
Yes.
Your maiden voyage?
Yes.
Okay, is the machine on? I don't think it is.
It is
Good.
now.
All right, we'll give it a minute to go on. Now, see, Brent, see how there's 2 little sockets here? One is
Yeah.
where our rotary cutter is. This is where
Yeah.
our pen would be.
Yes. Okay.
So if we were marking our fabric, I'd just set my pen in there and let it roll.
And it would just draw A's on it or B's and whatever. On
Or
everything.
little marks, like with
Yep.
with what I was doing today, I needed halfway points, and they kept telling me to fold the fabric in half to get
Yeah.
the halfway point. I'm like, well, I'm just going to draw the halfway mark. I'm not going to fold my fabric. I'm going to have it draw it for me. I'm not going through that work. So, and their pens don't dry out as fast, so that's cool.
Now, does it matter which end we load first?
In
Well,
this case, it does.
We want to load that on because we're closer to the end.
Yes, normally you could put these mats in either way, but we loaded it towards the top here.
Okay.
So if I load this in, our first triangles aren't going to have their bottoms.
I gotcha.
So because of how we loaded, that goes in first.
And we line that up and then
Yep.
press the load button, right?
Yep. Now you have to come back to the machine. Yep. The tip I give you on this is make sure nothing's in the back, especially with the long mats. And if you don't have a long mat, you could have made it with short mats, but you would have been loading and loading
yeah.
and loading.
And I'm just
Okay.
going to hit continue.
Screen, please. Yep.
wouldn't.
Now, the first thing he does is, what material are you cutting?
We're cutting fabric.
Cotton.
Cotton. Heavy fabrics,
No, you're
like denim.
no, you're
We're
cutting
cutting cotton. Or light fabrics
Will
like
you
silk.
pick cotton? 3. Now I turn my default up to more on pressure.
Okay, so we want to go more?
Yeah, probably because of my prepping.
Okay.
I tend to like the more better. But you know, if this is a fairly new blade, so you'd probably be good either way.
Okay. and
All
then
right.
We
You have your rotary blade in, and if we needed a pen, it would tell us we needed a pen
so
too.
now I go over here and just press go.
Yeah. The flashing C.
The flashing C. Oh, we're gonna wait for Eddie. There we go. See, it's flashing.
It's telling you it's ready to do
And I'm
something
like
good.
I'm watching my finger on the screen. I can't hit it, so I gotta.
There's that fat finger again. And the first thing it's going to do is check and make sure you have the right blade in there. Because some people are known not to have the right blade in there at times. And if you have the wrong blade in there, 1, it's either not going to cut at all, or 2, it's going to make a
mess.
destructing mess of your fabric. So you want it to check. Now, usually what people say to me at this point is, but it's not cutting. It's not cutting.
Doesn't look it. Right, Marie?
Looks like a pretty good gash on the back here.
Meanwhile, what I'm doing is getting my next mat ready.
Which we're not doing today.
No, but if I'm at home and I have to cut 100 of, I have to cut 100 of something, I'm going to be
Just keep-
getting my next mat ready to be putting in here. But no, because I want to see if you can make the next template. If you
I'm
remember
making-
how to do it.
Oh yeah, it was pretty straightforward.
All right.
It was almost too easy.
You're on your own next time.
So now anybody who has a question about their.
Oh, I'm still pleading ignorance. You have to talk to Brenda. She's the pro.
Ask you.
Anyway, you just created
Yeah, 6.
quarter square triangles. Now, if they weren't paper pieced, I would have notched them as well.
You mean cut the corners off so there's no dog
Yeah,
ears?
I would have cut the corners off so there were
Okay.
no dog ears. But these are being paper pieced,
So we don't care.
so I don't care. It's lifting a little. I'm not liking the lifting.
Well, it's maybe because it's a green mat instead of the.
No,
Oh,
I
what?
use this all the time. I think it's because I didn't have my brayer.
Yes.
I think this lifted a little more than usual because I didn't have my brayer to really lock it down.
So then I'm just gonna push this button
That's
here.
why I'm bringing in a brayer for our toolkit. 'Cause
Okay.
It is okay. Come over here now.
Oh, now I get to peel it off.
You
and
get to see
excited?
yes. You get to see the marvelousness of it all.
The marvelousness. We just peel it off.
I take the big chunk off first.
Oh.
See? I say that. You
What?
never know.
For what?
Hey, they can't see you. And this is the other thing. You're using the fingers to pick this off, and under normal circumstances,
wanna
I
use
would
a-
use the spatula,
The spatula.
which I forgot. But we're going to
Isn't
bring
there-
one in and have one here.
Isn't there an entire SpongeBob episode about the Spatula City?
Yeah, well, because you don't want to mar up your back, but I want you all to marvel at how clean this mat is when we're done.
Now, can you clean this with baby wipes like you can
That's
on
why,
the
yes,
like the scanning cut?
yes. When I'm all done cutting a project, I don't clean it. See, we're gonna. But look how few strays there are.
Yes.
This is fine to keep cutting with. At the end of the day, I'll take or if I start to see the mat looking a little grungy for my liking, then I'll take the baby wipe and I'll mark it out. But if you prep your fabric, your mats will look this clean, right, Danny?
Absolutely.
They will look this clean. You will not have a mess on them. And then that's what gives them more life. I finally had to say goodbye to 2 mats. I've had this Cricut for over 3 years. I finally had to say goodbye to 2 of my fabric mats.
Did it make you sad?
No, you know what? I turned them into something else because of that. They're just plastic.
Yeah.
So I turned it over, and you can actually use this as a cutting mat. Think about it. What's it cutting with here?
Yeah. So you could like
So I
glue
made this
that.
as a small cutting
You
mat.
could glue that to your machine bed and you can cut right on your machine.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that.
I'm just saying. you
But
could.
I have recycled them into the little clippy corner because they work good for that. And it's plastic, so anytime you need a template out of plastic, they work great for that.
Okay. Well, that was kind of fun.
Did you use that spray that dissolves the glue and just use the regular side that already has the 1-inch mark?
It doesn't just dissolve it though. It takes a little manpower to get it off. Yeah. It takes a lot. It takes some heavy scrub dubbing. And actually it takes the grids off too. Takes the
If you
color.
scrub too hard, then the
Yeah,
paint
the
doesn't
whole
look
thing
like
turns, the whole thing looks like this when you're done.
All right, just checking.
Yeah. But, you shouldn't want to use grids when you're cutting anyway. You should be
No.
using rulers.
Rulers, yes.
Cut with a ruler.
So after we've gone here,
So
we
you
hit,
don't want grids.
so we
All
hit
right.
cancel
So hit cancel.
because we're not going to do the next 3.
No, we're not. But Brent, look at these beautiful pieces, guys. Huh? First cut,
Yeah.
Brent.
That was very exciting.
They're perfect.
Like I said, I got a whole project in mind once
How
I
does
get.
it do vinyl?
Oh, vinyl's a no-brainer.
See, Carrie's in on this. She's
Yeah.
like, we gotta. She's
Vinyl is a no-brainer. You would not use this blade. You would use the fine point blade, which comes in the machine. Ours is hidden down below. That's about it. You'd still use the green mat, which is why I like the green mats. The only time I don't use a green mat, if I have a glitter vinyl, then I want to use the strong mat.
glitter vinyl.
Well, you know Becky. She
Oh, I know.
loves
I'm
her
just,
glitter.
I'm just thinking of
There's a
the decor that I'm gonna need to put on my
Make
my new
sure
ride.
make sure you get permanent vinyl for your new ride, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like falling off in the rain.
Well,
Permanent vinyl, and believe me, it is permanent.
that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the light blue mat is for very light stuff. Like if I'm cutting my wax paper, or tissue paper, or even felt. 'Cause
Why would you cut tissue paper?
to make those flowers. It cuts cray paper without squishing the cray paper.
Cray paper.
Cray paper flowers.
I know. I just haven't heard of cray paper since I was like
Maybe
in
we're gonna have
preschool.
to have Brent make some cray
But
paper.
I always thought it was
roses.
weird how cray paper and you get the paste into cray paper and it like dissolves into the paste.
Well, that's not. That's yeah. I don't,
So if you wanted,
I don't
like,
know
if-
anything about
So
that.
if you wanted to have
but
like,
we're gonna make another
so if you're
shape.
eating paste and
So
you wanted
our
to
gang knows
make
how
you
to
think it was
make-
strawberry flavored, you would melt like
Okay.
cray paper into it.
Oh, no, you gotta dip the crepe paper in and then eat it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Okay. Guess what? We're gonna.
So I'm going to go to file new.
No. We're
Or
gonna cancel out of here.
Okay, cancel out of this. Okay.
Yeah. Now we don't need to save it.
Okay.
If you were needing to save it, now's when you would save
I would
it.
go up here. Where would I save it at? Oh,
Right
save.
over there,
Oh, yeah,
save.
Okay.
Okay, but we don't need to. So we're just gonna hit new.
We're gonna hit new.
Yeah, because we're gonna see if you remember and replace.
Replace. Okay.
They're letting us know you didn't save it. Are you sure you want to throw it?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna make myself a square.
Yep.
And I'm gonna,
This time we're gonna do the teal one.
teal. Okay. So
Oh no, we're not, because it's the same thing. See, that's the other thing. Now these see how teal is 8 6.5
Yeah.
squares diagonally twice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make another thing.
Well, if you didn't make your teal on the screen, how are you gonna know you're cutting teal? The machine doesn't know it's gonna confuse the machine. It's gonna be like, where's my teal fabric?
You want to know how I would do that? I'll show you how I would do it.
You would just go in there and change the color.
No, let's go back. I'll show you
All right.
my projects. I'm gonna bring up my toast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say customize. I always say customize, replace. I would take. I gotta shrink this down for me.
You're being quiet. What's going on?
I would take all of these.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
I'll highlight them all.
Yep, undo. Yeah, why am I doing this? You
I can do it real quick.
Highlight
yeah.
them all.
Yeah. Okay.
Duplicate.
Duplicate.
Yeah. Slide them over so we can see them.
Do I have to grab it there?
Click and drag.
Yeah.
Now go up to color. Right
fill.
there. Color. No, that little square. Yeah. Pick a different color.
Well, it's teal, but I don't see. Oh, I'm gonna have to go to advanced to find
Well,
teal.
what do you can just pick a color
Well, I
close and then
want
go.
teal.
All right,
There
then
you
you
go.
got teal.
I got teal.
Okay, now watch happens when you hit make it now.
How do I close this?
You just click
that.
anywhere.
Okay. And then I
Now
gotta
go to
and
make
then
it.
Okay.
Watch what happens. Tell it you got a bigger mat.
Yeah, we got a bigger mat. And
And
there's
scroll
toes.
down.
So if we scroll down over here, ooh, look at that. All of the teal is
You
there.
want to tell them they're bigger mats too. Remember I told you to sort it by color?
Yeah.
So if you have, this is why I say on a smaller month, I can put all my fabric in one cut. And as long as I do separate it by color, it's going to know to put it on a different mat.
Okay.
And I'm going to know to load a different fabric.
Okay. I got you.
So that's how I would normally do it. But because we needed 100 of these,
Okay.
I broke this month up because 100 of anything is a lot of little cuts.
All right. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do these squares again.
You're
or
going to do
just-
new.
We're gonna
Oh,
do
you're
something
in
different.
new. Okay.
We're
You're
gonna do
going to. Why don't we? I'm going to show you how you would build a lot of pieces. We won't cut out 100, but we'll show you how to build them.
Well, if we're paper piece, we need 96
Well,
4-inch squares.
Not really. You need 96 plus 4. So you need
100.
100 diagonally cut once.
So I'm gonna go then to shapes.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And I'm gonna
actually,
op-
this is 2.5. I'm sorry, they're different sizes.
Yeah. So we'll start with the 2.5.
Okay.
So I'm gonna grab that shape,
Yep.
and just because I know you don't like the color, we're gonna make it a happy color.
It's a coral.
Yeah, but I want something more fun, like a bright.
It's a coral.
You know, but I want like that right there. That looks like fun.
Okay. Yuck.
That's.
Now you need to make it
Oh,
2.5 inches.
Oh well, hold on. You don't like my color. Okay, we'll go back there.
Okay.
There we go.
That's better.
So now I want to
2.5
make this
inches.
2.5 inches. So
Yep.
we come up here, we have our lock on,
Yep.
and we're going to highlight that and hit 2.5 because 2.5 is the same as 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Enter.
Great. Now we have to cut it diagonally once.
So we need to make a line. Where was my line button at?
I know. This trips people up. That's why I want no under shapes. It's so not what
Score
your
line.
brain-
That's right. Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to say that
It's
we're
a
going to cut it, and then we want to cut it at 45.
Yep.
45.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a 45 ACP, Sig Sauer. Oh, it's a nice gun.
Ooh,
It's fun.
make it the right size.
I just made it.
I don't like guns.
Okay, I'm just
Well,
saying.
he's trying to entertain the husbands that are watching.
Yeah, because you know all the husbands are watching this, thinking, oh, they're gonna talk about guns when they're playing with the cricket.
Okay, now you got to.
I gotta highlight them all,
Yep.
and then do my align
Yeah.
to center.
Center.
But I
That
did
line
not
is
make my
short.
line long enough
No, you didn't.
because I was so excited talking about my 45,
Guns.
my Scorpion Elite 45
No,
ACP.
No, you're,
Like
oh,
a Taurus, it's got a curve.
no. What are you doing?
It's 45.
It's the length that's not right. It's 2.5 inches.
Yeah, but why? If it's locked, if I change my height to 2.5, it should be right.
Hit return or tab to get the. There you go. Oh, now you have to line again.
Yeah, I have to. But okay, this is interesting to me.
What?
So when I changed it over here, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it did. You just didn't hit enter.
Oh, okay.
And you had 2.2, and we needed 2.5.
I don't know that was 2.2. I think the machine lied.
Okay.
I blame the computer.
All right.
Align to center.
Yep. Center.
Boom!
The center means both horizontally and
Yeah, okay.
vertically. That's how can we get
All
the
right.
squares.
So now we have to make 96 of these.
But first you have to.
We have to attach it.
Yeah. Make sure they're both selected.
Oh, we have to like highlight them both.
Yeah.
And
And
attach.
see over in layers, they're both gray.
Yep.
That's how I know you have both of them.
And so if I hit the little eyeball, things disappear, right?
If you hit the eyeball, it hides it even
Yeah.
from cutting. Which a lot of people have asked me, okay, I just cut 6 of these things and one didn't come out right, Becky. How do I go and cut the one that didn't come out right? Well, there's lots of ways to do it. But the easiest way is to come in and hide with the eyeball.
Oh, hi, and then
Just
go back
shut off the ones you don't want.
and then recut.
And then recut the one you need.
Okay. So now, if we're going to make a bunch of these, then do we have to highlight it and duplicate?
Yep.
And that's one.
Right.
And then we're just like, well, we're going to make a bazillion, so we're just going to do that again. So now we have 4.
Well, you didn't highlight both of them.
Oh, we didn't highlight both of
No.
them. Well, we'll highlight.
Here's what I typically do is I'll duplicate like to 5 and multiply by 5s.
Okay, but it's
Or you can do 10 and then multiply by
okay.
10.
So I've got them all highlighted, right?
But I don't do 1, 2.
Oh, is it because I'm not dragging them off? Is that why it's not duplicating?
Oops.
How do I rearrange things?
Do undo. Do undo. Do undo. Undo again. Okay.
But what I'm saying is I think I've duplicated it a bunch of times because I didn't drag it
What,
off.
do you want to see how many you have?
Do I have to
Don't
go
keep hitting undo. Oh, you undid too far. But that's okay.
Well, yeah, but I'm
now
just-
you only have 2.
2, yeah. So I go duplicate. And
Okay.
but see, why did I only get 1 there instead of 2?
Drag.
Oh. So I have to drag it all the way off like that?
Well, you don't have to. You can leave them all piled on top of each other. He doesn't care. He's going to lay them on the mat the way
that's
he
what I'm
wants
saying.
to.
So okay, so if it doesn't matter, so I duplicate it again.
Yeah, but now it's harder for me to count. That's the
Yeah,
only
but
reason
is there
why I
some-
do groups of 5 or groups of 10, and then I duplicate and move because I want to be able
Is
to
there
count.
somewhere that we can count in there how many we got, or I just
You
have
could
to?
scroll down on your layers, or you could hit make it, but I think that's a waste of time.
I see. Okay, so we're gonna undo because I see what you're saying.
I just like something that makes sense to my
Yeah,
brain.
no, it makes sense exactly what you're saying. I get.
So I would make a group of 5 or a group of 10
I'm gonna go back to
or,
1
or something like that.
and like that, and then I'm gonna go 1, 2,
That's
3,
3, your head
4, 5,
No, that's 6.
6.
Yeah.
But we're making what, 96 of them?
Yeah, we are.
Plus 4.
No.
Well, the 4 are different size.
All right, we'll do it this way but 5 doesn't go
Which
into
I didn't
96
catch till
evenly.
just now. So
4,
I have to go fix my file.
No, good catch.
5 doesn't go into 96 evenly. so I
Doesn't
don't-
matter. You can
I
just delete
know.
the one you don't need after.
I just was thinking if we figured out the math, then we could just, duplicate. So there's
Let's see,
10.
that takes too much effort.
How long you
I
wanna
just
do a sheet?
5s or 10s, depending on
10.
how many I need. I always know a group has got 10 or
That's
5 in
20,
it, and then I can go. And then at
30,
the end, I just delete the ones I don't
40,
need, or I cut a few
50.
extra.
60,
So you have 9.
70, 80,
90,
90.
95.
Well, no, I'm doing it in groups of 10.
Okay.
So we're going to get 100.
Okay, fine.
And then we'll just have 4 extras.
Yep. Or you can delete 4 of those.
Okay, so I could just go in and grab that one there
Yep.
and delete him
Yep.
with the
Wait,
backspace.
wait. You looks like you got to. It's still catching up
Oh,
with
it's
you.
catching up with me?
Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, because I was like, what?
That's
crazy.
why I said don't put the whole
100 of them?
file. Yeah. So
Okay,
if you
so
want to
there
get, there's 1 you can get rid of.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay,
You just
so,
got rid of 4.
so now if I hit make it,
Yep. At this point, if it were me, I would be saving my project.
which would make sense,
Right. Now, say you have a bigger map.
and we're gonna go up to this one here.
Yeah.
Look at all of the cutting we are gonna do there. You only need 3 bats for all that? I guess so. That makes sense.
I
4.
don't think you have 96 on there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 4 is 36.
72. You don't have quite enough.
76.
That's why I do it my way, people.
Oh, I think I'm going to blame the computer. It wasn't fast enough. I missed a couple of my clicks.
It's much easier if you make a group of 10,
Happy cooking.
I did have.
duplicate it.
Okay.
Yeah, but yours were like all over the place.
I know.
Listen to Becky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that
I'm
by.
gonna go show you what mine looks like.
Okay. So are we
You
gonna?
did good though. You cut
Are we
stuff
gonna?
cut out.
Are we gonna cut this tonight, or are we gonna
Yeah,
save
but-
some of this for tomorrow?
What time is it? Are we done?
It's like
tomorrow.
7:15.
Oh my gosh! No, I guess we're done.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not that I'm not enjoying it, but
Yeah. I just want to show you how I laid it out.
Well, here, let me get out of your way so you can sit down here.
Maybe not. It's spinning now. Okay.
Broke it.
See? Can you see what I did on mine?
Just pop it right open.
Oh, it's a big file that goes boom, boom, boom,
Oh.
boom, boom.
Oh, I see. And so I see that you have them laid out like in little groups of 10 there.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
The reason I do that is I can easily identify how many I've got. Not that it matters when he goes to cut it. Yeah, wow, that's a big project. I know. Excuse me. This is slower than normal right now.
It's because we're having so much fun.
Yeah. But I do that layout just in my head. I can keep track of all my little squares. What's cool though is if you need, excuse me again, if you need this same thing again, which I know you do,
Yeah.
you can just pull this guy up again. You don't have to make it all from scratch if you don't want to.
I got you.
See, if you choose make it, you'll see.
And so you've got like these are rows of 10 right here.
Yeah.
So it makes it very easy to keep.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
I see that your organization is better than my chaos.
Well, it just helps my brain.
Okay.
That's all.
Woo-wee.
And that, my friend, is.
Now you're gonna be in trouble because I'm seeing that my
Good thing
vinyl.
we're not cutting it because we were supposed to make 4-inch squares, not 2.5-inch squares.
Oh well. Oh.
I just said, why am mine bigger?
Well, but you've got
I
cut
took-
2.5-inch squares.
That's if you're not paper piecing.
Ah. Okay.
That's if you're
we
doing
would have
it.
wasted a lot of fabric.
No, because as Danny has taught me, cut your first one on paper first.
Always.
And make sure it's right before you make 96 of them. Right, Brenda?
Right.
All right. So I guess we're wrapping it up.
We are. Brent, good job.
Woohoo! So remember, if you come in and mention our 200 subscriber special now till the end of the month, you can get 15% off a $200 purchase. Woohoo!
So now they
and,
can go come buy a lot of fabric to make quilts.
And just as a heads up, I got, and this is for Lisa. If Bonnie's not on, you need to tell Bonnie this. I think I might send Bonnie an email. We have, I just got the invoice from Island Boutiques. We have like Williams Garden or something's coming in.
You know what would look beautiful in
So
boutiques?
that should be here next week. But we
The
will be
halo
moving.
quilt.
Our plan is, if you've been watching and keeping up, the shop will be moving probably the first week in May. But we're still here. We're right next door. So come in and have fun and enjoy. Join us every week. We'll be here again next week at 6 o'clock, kind of. And like, subscribe.
And make your start.
What is it? Like, subscribe, and share? Is that what I'm supposed to tell people?
Like, share, subscribe.
And smash the like
Share,
button.
share,
Yes.
share.
Because if we get to 500, I don't know what we're going to do for a special for 500.
Hit the thumbs up button.
All right. Thanks for watching.